Welcome everybody to today's Baldur's Gate 3 Ranger gameplay live stream. I am Commander Jorval, and thank you for joining me today. Today is episode 17, and we're going to be starting at the Grymforge today. Remember when we left off last time, we had just finished crafting the masterwork weapon, and we're sitting at the Blighted Village. We're going to take that waypoint there and head out to the Underdark beach, and we're going to hop on the boat and take that across the water to the Grymforge. The Grymforge is another large underground area, just like the Underdark is. Has multiple quests in it. Multiple different things to look at and explore, and a bunch of different ways to go about playing the overall quests inside the area. So what we're going to do is, without further delay, since there are no administrative notes this week, we're just going to jump right in and continue off where we left off. The only thing that happened off screen was I cleaned out my inventory a little bit. Nothing special or anything like that, but should be enough that we can just check our inventory real quick, make a couple of quick adjustments to our loadout, and then head over to the Underdark beach and catch the boat. There's something that happens during the boat ride, and I kind of want to be prepared for it. So here, this is kind of what we're wearing so far. We picked up some various items at the end of last time. The blast pendant doesn't do Jorval any good, and we can see why. Lightning blast is because it only works for lightning spells or cantrips. Doesn't work for just lightning damage in general or anything like that. So the only one it would really be good for is for Gale, but Gale has the Sapphire Spark, which is just extraordinarily useful. Maybe if I get into an opportunity where I don't have any magic missiles left, then I can change out to a Blast Pendant to make Witch Bolt more effective. But that would be only if I happen to get lightning charges, and there's no way for Gale to get them. So at this point, it's not very useful to any of us. I am going to take Guiding Light and put that onto Shadowheart. Just that gives her the light cantrip. She's missing her. She doesn't have a ring slot anyway, so might as well give her the second one. And for now, I think that's about it. Just make sure. Yes, I think for now, this is what we're going to change out. No, we're not. We are going to move the shadow over. No, we'll leave it for now. Getting a little bit ahead of myself because I kind of know what we're going to be experiencing here, and I can. The Greatsword +1 is just for Gale to sell whenever he gets a chance. So I think that gets us to where we need to be.
Eager for battle. I'm ready.
Yep, we're only missing one
have a lot on my mind.
level 1 spell, so let's go ahead and head out to the Underdark beach. Okay, now if we head over this way, you'll remember that we came upon the double-hulled skiff here. We can interact with it.
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
And we're going to take off and start our sail.
What are you doing on Gek's raft? Where's Gek? Who are you?
Okay, so you have some options here. Gek is obviously dead. He was the Deurgar leader that was at the beach that we took down, and we have to cover that up in some way. So there's a couple ways to go about doing this fight. You can use your parasite to override this entire thing. You can use athletics to try and push him into the water. Then you will not be able to loot anything that he's carrying when you do that. And the others are charisma-based checks, either persuasion, deception, or intimidation. It doesn't really matter which one of the ways, or you can just flat out attack. It doesn't really matter which one of these ways you can go, or you want to go. If you want to avoid this fight, then these are the three that you can try and use. If you don't want to use your parasite, it doesn't matter to me whether I pass or fail this these checks here. If we get into a fight, we get into a fight. The fight's not easy. You're outnumbered here, and they have a lot of hit points, and they also have some characters who have very special abilities as well. So the fight is not easy in any way, but we'll just kind of see how it goes here and see what happens.
All right. No reason to get your tongue in a twist. Well, come on. Let's get you to shore. You'll need to report to the sergeant. You lot, keep patrolling. I'm heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
Plowed sideways. We've got a welcoming party.
You shithead! Time you showed up, we got trouble.
Spit it out! Sergeant finally choked on True Soul Near's prick.
Drugno! The twat soul caused a rockfall. Trapped tighter than a ring on a fat finger.
You're shitting me. You pay up?
That's the trouble. He's got the gold on him. Sergeant's arm is falling off with all the gnome slaves she's been beating. Who's the hoon, Grayman? Another slave for the dig?
I am Lae'zel, daughter of Gith, defender of Vlaakith, and I am no slave.
Oh, that one's feisty. Thrin's gonna knock the snot right out of her.
Aye. One of those absolute crackpots. Found the hoon sailing Gek's skiff.
That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The Deurgar is not infected, yet your lines resonate.
I'll be... You ain't shitting. Felt the tingle. Your twat soul chum owes us a load of coin. You want through? Make a donation. Unclog your hole. Just shitting around. But I'm warning you, that twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
Okay, and now here we are. Landed in the Grymforge. And that was one of the easier ways for these whole encounters to go. If you don't pass any of those checks, then you have a fight on the water, and then when you get here, there's no one to introduce you, so to speak, and you have to pass more checks to get past these two, or you have a fight when you get here. So it can get, you know, a little hairy depending upon how you approach it, but right now they are not hostile to us in any way. All of the items around here are marked as steel, with the exception of a couple of things here that we can look at, but it's a non-hostile way to approach the camp. So let's just go ahead and start looking at some things here. Okay. So kind of lets you know when you saw that from the intro that there's kind of some discord here in the camp over not getting paid. And that's going to become a theme that we're going to kind of deal with and exploit. These two are marked as not steal. I have no idea why. When almost everything else that's out here is. So what you can do, there are a couple of ways to go about doing things here. You can either continue on up this way, which is going to take you to this main room up here, which is kind of where you want to be when you're going through this. Or you can head down and start exploring some of this side of the Grymforge. And I think we're going to start off kind of looking at this side first. So to do that, I'm going to make sure that I cast Speak with Animals and that I remove my Smuggler's Ring, because I don't want the -1 to Charisma happening here. And I can put on a Divine Thoughts amulet. I'm going to leave, and I'm also going to put on the Warped Headband of Intellect. This is kind of the exploring things. I could also use Guidance here, I guess, instead. It's kind of the Explorer loadout, so to speak. So I'm going to head down here and kind of take a look at what's around.
Dead drow publicly displayed. The Deurgar are sending a message.
Okay, so you can see holding all that there are executed drow down here. They are still marked as steel. We're gonna go ahead and talk to Mermath.
Don't like strangers here. But Absolute must have took you in. Me? Who else? My spiders sussed them out of hiding, then near taught them a thing or two, and I let them fly. Caught them sniffing around. Easy mugs. Had the stench of the Toplands. Hung them here as a warning. Ain't no one drooks with Clan Flameshade.
Okay, so he's the torturer here that's been involved with all of these drow. You can see we have a group of spiders up here. We've got Speak with Animals on. We're gonna go ahead and speak with one.
I speak true, brothers. You know it in your hearts. You know it in your very souls.
We need no Lolth, no Spider Queen. Father Mermuth is the head of Clan Lur. He hatched us, raised us, feeds us.
What care we for his business here? He keeps us small, keeps us contained. We should be with the Spider Queen, revered, adored.
Okay, so you have a religion check here, and this is where you need the intelligence to go along with it. And you can kind of let this play out and see how it goes, but we're going to go after the religion check here. 10 DC, we can add a bonus on top of that.
You've read that harming spiders is illegal among Lolth's faithful, and often punishable by death.
Father Mermuth is our past. Lolth is our future.
These spiders are loyal to the local Deurgar. In the event of a fight, they will join the fray against you, with slavering enthusiasm.
Okay, so now it opens up some other options here for deception or persuasion, but since we already passed the religion check, we can just click this top one here.
Xanta, is it so?
I've heard the very same. Come, brothers. Follow me into her hairy embrace.
Her embrace.
We're ready.
We follow.
Yes. Now, brothers, our new dawn awaits.
Okay, and they just take off and they leave the area. What it really does is if you decide to get into a fight with the Deurgar here, you don't have to deal with the spiders. That was what the wisdom insight check revealed. If you're not going to get into a fight with them, then it doesn't really matter whether you do that encounter or not. But it's just something I wanted to let everybody know about and explain. So we can head up here to this side and look at these two Deurgar here. Kind of find out what's happening in this area.
Hurry it up, stick shit.
Hey, stick shit! Another hour, stick shit! Piss pot. You flirt. Now jump to it. Or it's up to the lift and straight to the shadows. True soul, yeah? Tell the sergeant we won't move a pebble.
Okay, so a couple of ways to approach this as well.
Comfortably. Figured it obvious. I'll kick up my feet, order a brew, watch them work. They'll complain, but they love it. I'm telling you.
Hey, either way, I'm intending to get into a fight here, but you can avoid that by going this way.
And I don't like pig shit, but damned if your mouth ain't spewing it. You want respect? Let your absolute pay for it. Till then, bugger off. Hey, stick shit, where's my drink?
Coming right up, piss pot.
Stick shit talks like smug, and he wrecked that shroom village.
And then shagged it.
Here's to smug, nasty prick.
Okay. So you have some options here to get into a fight, and I'm going to do just that.
Take a big swig.
And I'm gonna start this off by moving Lae'zel into position here. And if I do a shove, yeah, it's going to knock him down there. So what I can now do is try a push-in attack here. See, it's going to knock him down there. So we'll start off the combat by doing this.
You attacked someone. Only the guards are allowed to do that, as this one is about to demonstrate.
Okay, so looks like he made his saving throw there. So, but he is burning. He's on fire, but and he is down here at the end. So we kind of want to look at how we want to try and play this. I think I'm going to spend most of my attacks going after pistol here. Let's see what we can do with a guiding bolt. 70% chance to hit. Okay, 19 is good. So we'll wait on her. So let's get Revalin into this. 12 and 12, so each one of them is about the same. We'll go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark, see if we can get a kill right here. Perfect. Okay, and then we can go to Gale and not sleep. We'll get Gale just to cast his magic missile here, and this should end the fight.
Tormentor!
Okay. Okay, there it is.
Shit! You did it! What now? I know a place. Across the lake. Should be safe. Won't be needing this poison now that you've offed the pricks. Bet you'll find it handy, though. You're a good one. I won't forget it.
Wanted to get the wyvern poison, or the wyvern poison out of that. That poison does a lot of damage. And if at some point we are going to take on the... Sorry, just cleaning out some of this stuff here. If at some point we are going to take on the Githyanki patrol fight, then having wyvern poisons is a way to go. And I might have just sent some gold to the camp. I don't know if I did or not. We can read his journal. Basically saying that he's a fighter, but he's also pretty lazy. And this fight here you can do most of the time without getting into an issue with Murmath or either of the two down here. So you really just have to deal with those two, and if you get good initiative, you can end the fight before they get into an attack. So okay. So we do have an elevator here, and we'll go look at this. Okay, so inside this room, you can see just enclosed, it has an elevator here. Okay, so this is an elevator that takes you to an area that's not in the early access right now. So doesn't do you anything good, just gives you a message that's what's happening, is that it's going to be at the end of the early access. So now we're going to head around this corner, and nothing really to loot. We do have another wooden barrel here and another one. None of these are marked as steel, so you can take all the camp supplies in them without any issues. And now we're going to get ourselves into
I say you're
a situation where we're gonna need to pass some pretty serious checks here.
Unless you're here to kick some stiffs lakeside, I suggest you bugger off.
Okay, so a way to do this is to check them for, ask if they're checking them for loot first.
You gotta be kidding. These trash don't have nothing on them but rocks.
Rocks.
Okay, so the first thing you can do is make a perception check. Okay, it's got a 10 DC. We've got some pretty good bonuses. Might as well add on some extra stuff just to make sure we don't fail it, which we would have needed, or else we would have failed it.
You spot a shiny trinket on one of the corpses.
Okay, so we have a sleight of hand check and a deception check. The sleight of hand check, I believe, is a DC 20. So it's incredibly hard even for me to pass it when I have a +5 to +8 on top of that. I don't know what the deception check is, but we'll go ahead and try and pass it with the deception check. It can't, this would be a nominal value that I would need to pass it. Anywhere from 15 to 12 that I would need to roll. And if this is the same 20 DC, then I would have to roll a 20 or something like that. But I don't think this deception check is a 20. But I'll check it and see. If I fail it, I fail it, and I may have to get into a fight here. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the DC on this is only 10. So now I have 11 plus, so I have to roll a 10, a 7 to a 10. Okay, so with a 17 roll, I would have made a DC 20 check on the sleight of hand, but this is obviously much easier.
They're all yours.
Absolute.
And then they're going to leave, and you can go looking through the gnomes
Deep
here.
gnomes, killed under the yoke of slavers.
Revolting. Corpses carry disease. They must be buried or burned.
And here's the one that you wanted to make that check for, because of the fetish of Baldur and Smooth Hands. This is a ring that lets you cast invisibility, and invisibility is very nice for a bunch of different reasons, but we also do get an inspiration. But one of the main reasons it's going to be useful is if we decide to take on the Githyanki Patrol fight. Invisibility is going to be very, very useful. It's going to be one of the ways that we start out that fight. And if we don't have it, things can get a little rough. Okay. So now over here we have double iron doors, and we have some more ways. We can't proceed anywhere. We can walk around here, but there's nothing to get to here. We will end up going through this, but we're gonna come back. We also have another area in here which we're gonna go, but for now, we're going to head up to the dig site up here. Whoops, not this way.
What's a fort like this doing in the Underdark?
Okay, and there'll be some other ways that we can explore going down this way and that sort of stuff, but not right now. Hey, for now, we've got a couple of Deurgar that we want to look at up here. And look at this plaque first.
Did call forth the moon and the stars. Shine cloaked in shadow to cover our scars.
And then we can talk to these two.
Seen her run with a barrel under her arm. Just a small one, but enough to blow the drow out. Someone should grab it. Slaves are never gonna manage with pickaxes.
Can't go chasing maybes. The sergeant's our ticket in.
Oh, would you look at that, Kerr? Someone's having a listen.
A shiver runs through you. Your mind is awash with ancient resentments.
True soul, no less. What do you think, Kerr? Should we take Nir's debt off her?
Okay, so you can tell money's a big object here, and that's kind of what we want to kind of exploit here.
Yet you got that twat soul stench. If I didn't know better, I'd say a mind flayer shat a worm in your brain. Should split your head open and poke around in there if you lot don't pay up. I ain't parleying with more twat souls. Just want my coin. Your blade ready, Kerr.
Drop it, Britvar. You chop this one, and Nia won't pay a damn copper.
Fine. Spill what you want, true soul, before I choke on your stench.
The shiver returns. This time it's colder, sharper.
The stench don't lie. You're one of them.
Okay, so we have some ways to kind of deal with this here. I'm not sure these get to different things. I do have a detect thought scroll here that I can do. Gives me a DC 11.
Drunken true souls. Can still smell Nir from behind that damned wall.
Okay, so that opens up this option up here.
He stinks to the deepest hells, that's for sure. Could be you're right. In that case, want to earn some gold?
And this gives you an option here that you kind of want to explore. There are two ways to deal with the factions that are here in the Grymforge, for lack of a better term. You can side with Britvar here, and he just wants to get paid, is basically what it comes down to being. Or you can side with Nir and the Sergeant. And that determines basically who you're fighting at the end. Now, we already know that we want to kill Nir because the Sovereign wants Nir's head. So we want to end up killing Nir, and we might as well try and enlist Britvar here for a little help in doing that. So
Thrin's after the Absolute's glory. That's why she's got those slaves digging for Nir. But we ain't need glory, just coin. And Nir's got plenty. Help Thrin free Nir. Then you and my chums grind him up. Whatever the spoils, we'll drop you a fat cut. You in? Good. But first, we need to take care of something. You've seen that weird orbi floating about? Knife it. And don't get caught. You still standing about? Get on it. Some days back, a slave gnome bolted with smoke powder. Handy stuff. Her crew know more than they're letting on. See if you can get them to talk. Now move. You're hogging my air.
So your chum blows near out.
So you can see that opened up a couple of different things. We need to find the explosives. That's to get near out of the cave-in. And then we need to get rid of the scrying eye, which was given to us there. And then here added a new option to deliver Nir's head to the Sovereign. So we're going to get some help during this fight, which is good. Right when we entered, we found out, or we knew that this is a Dark Justiciar's area, and that's Shar worshippers. So Shadowheart's going to be very interested throughout this entire thing. And here is the scrying eye. Now, you need to kill the scrying eye in a location that is not going to get you discovered. You can see it kind of moves around and that sort of stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to go move around down here a little bit. And just go look at a couple of things, and during that time the scrying eye is probably going to come back around. So you can see that we have a way to go down here. Going to toggle group mode. I'm going to head down here real quick. Okay. And I'm going to see if I can find something out.
This is a Harper rune.
Okay.
There must be a stockpile nearby.
So, a Harper rune, you can see that there are 3 chests down here. There's also a toy chest down here. And now...
Flacket's will be done.
I can bring everybody else down because I passed the perception check down here. Okay, and this fight is going to get a little hard. in how to go about this. The trick here is the toy chest. But these other chests are not really what they seem, I guess. So what I'm going to do is try and hide.
Unseen.
Yes? The path less traveled. Not this again.
A long way to go still. Have to keep low.
No one stopped me yet.
Okay, I am going to put my smuggler's ring back on.
Softer than a whisper.
Now, I have an option here. To use invisibility. Oh, it needed a long rest before it's set back up to work because I've used it already. Aha. Okay. So, doesn't really matter. I'm going to get ready for combat again. Misty Step is definitely going to help with that. I can use the invisibility spell in the ring here. It would need a long rest to get it back as well, but I can do it. So what you want to do okay, so I failed a perception check coming down here, and I don't think that perception check matters. We'll see if we can pass it real quick. I don't think it matters, but we'll see. Honestly, I can't remember what it is. So.
Something over there.
Okay, that was just to highlight the toy chest, what I thought. So it doesn't matter whether or not you pass that check.
Look there. That fool beast thinks to ambush us.
And what I am going to do is... interesting. So it highlighted this one in orange. I wonder why. I am going to get my familiar out. And have my familiar kind of out here in the middle. And now I'm going to touch the... and I'm going to save. I'm going to interact with the toy chest and see what happens.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
Okay. So there's a Harper stash down here. Perception failed.
Still in shadow.
I don't think that perception matters again, but we'll check it and see. Okay, yeah. Whatever that perception check is, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is attempt to disarm this Harper stash chest, and this is going to be hard. Got a DC of 20 here. So I've got to roll a 14 or better for this to work. And I failed. And I should have put my guidance necklace back on. I can roll one more time and see what happens. Okay, that worked. I wasn't going to waste all my inspirations on it, just that second time. And now I can lockpick it. The DC of 20 again. And I have extra thieves' tools here. Okay, good deal. Okay. I'm going to move myself back up here. And now you're still left with these 3 wooden chests. Well, these 3 wooden chests are not necessarily what you think they are. And we can illustrate that by attacking one of these wooden chests. You see they have 50 hit points? Okay. They're mimics. And if you interact with the Harper stash without disarming it, or you fail that disarm, the mimics pop up, and you've got a character now stuck down here, or maybe your entire party stuck down here, and you are literally surrounded by all of these mimics. Which can get a little bit hairy. So, what we're going to do is just kind of fly our character around here. Okay, and we'll... I don't think mimics have eyes. But we can try on random vision. Okay. Didn't work anyway. Okay. But now what I also have is opportunity
Es
here.
Friday, May.
Okay. So now if I go to, none of my other characters are in combat right now. And you can see that I can get Lae'zel down here to attack one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of I'm going to use a second level magic missile here. He can cast that from where he's at, right? Yes. And see if I can kill the mimic.
Tormentor.
Perfect. Okay, took one out. So now my Raven's the closest, so maybe one of these two is going to go after it. So I think I'm going to leave both of these two not in combat, and I'm going to move my ranger back here into this area. Okay, and now we'll see what happens. Okay, so you can see they hit hard. They hit real hard. And that's what makes this fight difficult, is that one, they hit hard, but they also have that lash attack which drags you in towards them as well. So we're gonna move ourselves out this way and cast Hunter's Mark, and now I don't want to hit him yet. I want to see if I can get
Darkness, cloak me.
Okay, so I can hit it here. Let's see if I can cause some damage to the mimic here. Great. Nice.
Staying out of sight.
Okay. So we'll just try and let's try one of these. Okay, good. And now that he's less than all of his hit points, my Colossus Hunter is going to click in as well, so. Right. And that ends her turn, and now Gale, I think he can probably kill this. If he could see it.
On my way.
Okay, so he can't see it. I don't think 3 are going to kill this one. I think it's going to have to be level 2 to even have a chance.
Tormentor.
Okay, good. But that took him out, so now there's only one left that's going to get an opportunity to come after us. Okay. Now we can just get off normal stuff here. Since I am going to be taking a rest here because Gale's used up. Well, he hasn't used all. He hasn't used. So let's try a level 2 guiding bolt here. Here where she has to move to do that. Not too bad. Okay. Now I can get an attack again with less than all of its hit points. Okay. Now, Gale, I think I'm gonna just hold off on for now. And get Lae'zel down here. Yeah, she can get in range. Okay, so it's got 24 left. It's gonna have to be a big hit. Okay. And now Gale 4 to 11, so if he hits, it's going to be a guaranteed kill. I think I would like the high ground here. Okay, so a 64% chance to get a kill here. Outstanding. Okay, so that's a way to be able to take the fight on your own terms, instead of just having the mimics ambush you in a bad situation. So you can search the mimics. And the Boots of Brilliance are a bard item, a great item for bards, actually. When you're wearing them, you can restore your bardic inspiration, and I can't remember if it's once per long rest. Yeah, once per long rest. We don't need those. Don't have any bards, so. But it does illustrate why you want to take this fight. You just want to take the fight on your own terms, because there are some decent items in here. Okay.
Breathe deep and move.
And then for the rest of it down here, you can look around, but there's nothing else that you can get to from here that I'm aware of. I don't think so. I don't think there is. No. This is all late. Yeah, this is all later on. Oh.
Can't give up now.
What I can do here is take a short rest. Good. Get my hit points back. And I can search the skeleton here. Nothing. And nothing down here either. Alright. So we finished up down here. So we'll head up and we'll start looking at dealing with the scrying eye here. How we want to do that. The way that we want to do that is by waiting till it follows a path that gets it to a location where it's not going to see us make an attack. Okay, so now here's another opportunity for some investigations. So it doesn't matter very much with persuasion or anything like that. So the minus to charisma isn't a big deal, but you do want to have your wisdom and all of that sort of stuff bust up. And we did get this scroll of evidence. If you read it, basically tells you that the Harpers were looking for Ketheric Thorm, who was a paladin of Shar, and that there's an alliance between the Harpers and the Emerald Enclave. Nothing that is, you know, extraordinarily useful for us right now, but now we want to talk to Stonemason Kith.
How peculiar. Smooth face, cobbled edges. They're a sign. They must be. A sun dweller in these parts. Look here, my topside friend. I need fresh eyes, and I doubt I'll find fresher. The rock, the rubble, all of it, if I may be so bold. Take a look. Tell me what you see, and be thorough.
Okay, so there are 3 different checks here. We want to go. We're going to go through all 3 of them. So this is intelligence-based, wisdom-based, and intelligence-based. So want to make sure you've got those things all buffed up with your gear and everything else. So let's look at the history one first.
The statue's meandering curves and golden edges stand out against the weathered masonry behind it. Two styles, two eras. The statue was carved from newer stone and erected by latecomers to this ancient fortress.
Anything standing out?
Okay, so now we'll go on to the next one.
Several glassy stones stand out in the debris. Their borders are coated with tiny yellow crystals. The hottest of flames smoothed the stone and left sulfuric crystals behind. The fires of the hells have touched Grymforge.
And the last one. Only a DC of 5. We can only fail this with a natural 1.
Boulders and stone bricks of various sizes clutter the corridor. Many split cleanly in two, yet some walls remain fully intact. No quake brought these rocks down. They were smashed through in an instant. Something big charged through here. Something very big.
What do you think? Incredible. An entire history risen from dirt and debris. Picture it. An ancient city, hewn from the stone by disciples of Shah, later abandoned. Untold centuries later, a new tribe revives it. Fresh walls, fresh sculptures, until a great hell beast charges through, toppling the walls and crushing the people. That explains the infernal plate I found. Perhaps you might have use of it. But my work has only begun. There is more still to find. I must get to it.
Okay, we're gonna leave for now. We did open up the option to trade, but I noticed the scrying eye was near. And I want to see if it moved on down here on its patrol path or not. Okay, doesn't look like it has. Okay. So I do have speak with animals, so we'll go ahead and talk to the Rothe here.
Tired. Sleep. Rest, little one. But do not take long. I feel his shadow.
Ketheric Thorm.
There's a broken
Familiar
cutscene there.
Halsin mentioned his stronghold deep underground.
Mighty elf, cloaked in darkness. 10 masters ago, and 10 more. But I remember. There was the work, and the blood. There was the Thorm's army. There was the Hellbeast that broke them. The Ketheric Thorm's name faded into stone until the Near came. I outlived my mother, and her mother's mother, and many mothers beyond. Blessed to see many live, cursed to see many die. I saw tusks and flesh, smelled fire and eggs. It came with the masked men, crashing and smashing.
Okay. So you can see a few bugs in the playbacks and that sort of stuff. The scrying eye is here.
Quite ready for you.
Move Gale out of the way and see if it comes down this way.
Flaggets will be done.
I'll move everybody out of the way. Yes, it's coming down this way.
Despite everything.
Okay, so what I want to do, get myself down here and hide. And get ready. Okay, and attack it. Down here, nobody could see me. So that completed the quest Blind the Absolute. We don't have anything else that's down here, so now we can head back, gather up with the group, and we can do some trading here to clean out some of our inventory. Because that's all it really is. Their stonemason kit doesn't really have anything.
Let's see what you've got.
That you're going to want. It's just basic stuff from him. So it's really just cleaning out your inventory. We did get this infernal alloy. I haven't found... I don't think there's a use for it in the current patch. So... But you will want to keep it. There's a use for it at some point. It's just not one in the current playthrough. In the full playthrough of the game, there will be, I'm sure. Okay, so we're just going to clear out some of this. Okay, the greatsword +1. Hand axe +1. Don't need those. And nothing here either. That's it. I can get rid of the scroll of evidence. And yes, that's it.
That's all then.
Okay. So what I am going to do is clean up a couple of things. I'm not going to be using Sorrow anymore, so I'm going to send that to camp. I'm not going to be using Skybreaker, so I'm going to send that to camp. I'm going to keep these things around for now. I am going to get back into combat mode.
The walls are deep gnome make. Well, the chiseling is remarkably intricate.
Here.
Couldn't live here though. Steps are too big. Inhabitants were drow-sized at least.
The skeletons, then.
Quiet. I'm thinking. Probably inhabited by whoever those skeletons were the others found.
And I think I've already used... Yeah, I've already used the charge of protection from good and evil, so now I'm going to just head down this way. Holding Alt as you go, there's nothing you can explore or look at down here. There's some cabbage you can pick up, I guess. And there are some camp supplies. And remember, all of these mushrooms you can sell. All of these Underdark type mushrooms you can sell to... at the Myconid colony for additional money over what you could sell them anywhere else. But doesn't really matter. deal right now, so I'm just sending them all to camp as camp supplies. Okay, and we have a skeleton here to search. And we found some damaged Dark Justiciar armor. Okay. We have a full set of Dark Justiciar mail, and I'm going to send that to Shadowheart right now. And we can read the journal here. It talks about an amulet that sent him into madness, and then Sybil ripped it away and threw it into the lava. So rather interesting.
As you look at the skeletons, you realize they are all clad in the same dark armor.
Dark Justiciar uniforms. These were Shah worshippers. The same as me.
Okay, and again, you just picked up some more information there. We are going to kind of deal with these a little bit more. Okay. And now we get ourselves up into this area here. And for this, yeah, all this is all marked as steel. So for this,
You, grab a cane and whip these Drugnin beasts into shape. That rubble needs clearing, and my patience is hanging on by an arse whisker.
okay, there are a couple ways to go about doing this.
Think if you respect a turd, it'll smell any sweeter. Waste of bloody time. Something spooks the dumb shits. So stop your jawing and get to working. You got no need to know, and I got no need to tell. So get to caning or to leaving.
Okay, and I forgot about this. We'll see if I can pass this. Yeah, it's only DC 5. Oh.
A slight glint catches your eye.
Oof, bad roll.
Your eye finds the source of the gleam. A small mote of black metal. Adamantine.
Stuff's no joke. Stronger than steel. Rarer than mithril. It ain't mined. It's made. There's an adamantine forge back there, sure as shitting. Don't get any smart ideas. That forge is clan property. But get the beasts moving and I'll toss some coin your way. Go on then. Light a fire under the buggers.
Okay. So as I said, there's a couple of ways to handle this. What we're going to do is get into a fight, as is usual. But we're going to kind of do this a little bit different.
To new horizons.
Can't be that they're hungry. We feed them better than the slaves.
Can't afford to stay idle.
The reason I'm kind of I'm leaving my characters out here is because I want to.
Maybe they're hungry. Could fetch them some moss.
Onward. Shove moss in your own gob and stay quiet. They've been fed.
Get us in a position where maybe once this command or once the combat starts.
Slaves up here to clear this out.
Some of the attacks might go against other people.
No one back home will ever believe
Then I forgot my Raven's not going to. Maybe that'll take an attack from here. I want to try and keep,
Should be out on the hunt. Not watching scared
one of these alive if I can, but you don't have to. But I've got Speak with Animals, so I'm going to talk to. I'm going to save again since we've gone through a ways here.
Look at them, all that brawn and their trembling.
No more. No more pain, no more work. All must die.
Okay, so got some persuasion checks to make here. It's a 10 DC, I've got -2 charisma, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, it was about time I got a bad roll out of it.
Lies. You're just like them. With their canes and shouting. No more.
Bloody Rose and Rustic, down.
Okay. I wanted to try and I wanted to persuade the Deep Rothe to fight with me as opposed to getting into a fight here. But didn't work out that way. So if you do that, you can persuade them to knock this down here on their own. And then they will join you in a fight against the Deurgar here, but I don't have that option. So what I am going to do, however, is see if Gale can get into a position I think I want to do this.
Tormentor.
Okay.
No choice.
That gets him into the fight. I can probably kill the other Deep Rothe here, but I'm not going to. Okay. If I move, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity, so I'm not going to move. Okay, my Raven can move here. I'm going to blind the Herdmaster. Okay. Go after the novice here. Good. And now I'm going to get... So I've got 29, so I won't be able to kill in one hit. Great. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to action surge. Okay. Now we'll see what happens. I really didn't want to be there.
What now? I am
Because the opportunity for her to come around and just shove me off is available. I was expecting to be able to get 2 hits in an action surge and kill her, but now I no longer have that option. Okay, good. So that was a miss. Should be able to kill her. Okay, perfect. See if my raven can rend his vision. Of course not.
Darkness, protect me.
Okay, nice shot.
I will ascend. No time to waste.
Okay, nice.
I speak.
Now Gale hopefully has a decent shot here. Doesn't. Only 50% with anything he's got, basically, so we'll see what happens. Of course not. So he's going to get another chance to bust some hits off, and he can do a lot of damage. Okay, so we tried a pushing attack, and that didn't work, so... If I move... Can't tell if I'm going to take an attack of opportunity. I'm not. This should end the fight. Okay. I'm going to group everybody up. I don't have any rest left, so this will be a good opportunity to get a long rest in here. And like I say, I wanted to try and persuade the Rothe to open this up, but wasn't able to do it. There's nobody around to see me loot these, so it's not a problem looting them. The adamantine slag isn't worth anything, and there's no use for it in the game, so you don't have to bother picking it up. And then we do have a cave in here that we're going to have to get rid of, and there is a way that we will do that, but just not right now. Okay. So I can loot these. I don't think there's much of anything in them though, just some camp supplies. Because again, there's nobody around to see me do this. Rotten mushrooms you don't want. Okay. And holding alt, looking around, that's it for up here. So we are going to have to come back to that here in a bit. But right now, don't worry about it. What we are going to do is head back here. See if we can clear out any more of our inventory here.
The past is nearer than we think. Well, let's see what you've got.
Okay, so we do have some items in here. Won't be able to sell all of this because he's running out of cash. Okay. That kind of gets us where we are. And I'll deal with the Dark Justiciar mail here.
That's all then.
Okay, so I do need to take a long rest. So we'll go ahead and get that done now. Okay, and there shouldn't be anything to really learn or talk about in here, but we'll just check.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Oh, I was surprised. But pleasantly so. Just like I said, amid the madness that has befallen us. It seems almost out of place to think of a kiss. And yet, now more than ever, it's important to recall what makes us human. Well, you know what I mean. A stolen glance. That sudden heartbeat. Sometimes the little things are worth more than kingdoms. They promise things to come. I assure you it's not. Don't get me wrong, you did well. The somatic component, the vocal component, even the focus on the inner self that invites Mistra in. But I was still your conduit. To perform such a feat alone requires much and arduous study. Yet it is life's most worthy pursuit in my impartial, if not humble opinion. Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Okay, just a couple dialogue options to get cleaned up there with Gale.
Shah's blessings upon you. Wouldn't you be in my place? If there's even the slightest chance that Shah worshippers remain within our reach, we should try and find them. Even if they're all long gone, and that seems quite likely from what we know, who knows what they may have left behind for us to use? My people are nothing if not resourceful. I made an impression then. Time will tell, I suppose. I think it looks promising, though. Did I? Don't worry. I was probably just too busy drinking in the sight of you. Don't worry. I think I must have been misjudging you. I can't even remember what it was that made me say that. Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life. Then so be it. I did my duty. As for the artifact, it's powerful, and has a mind of its own sometimes. You'd better hope you're up to bearing it. Don't forget what it was like when you heard the voice. It'll only get worse if you don't have the artifact to protect you. It's called faith. Duty. It doesn't have to add up to me as long as I serve. I'm part of a bigger plan. One that will be revealed in time. That's not a luxury open to many people, us included. I have my faith to turn to instead. You should find something of your own. I told you already. I surrendered my memories for the sake of the mission. Shah's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
Okay, again, just some cleanup it looks like here going on in camp, so.
Well, hello. What can I do for you? I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble. No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead. As am I. I'm starting to feel a little peckish already. What? Who? What happened? Back to Baldur's Gate. Back to Cazador. There's no other reason he'd want me alive. Of course, he'd send a Gur to hunt me down. First, they make excellent monster hunters, so find a vampire spawn sounds perfectly reasonable to them. Second, they're the reason I'm like this in the first place. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me. Perhaps. He probably thought it was funny. But more likely, he's trying to send me a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight. I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador. I'm glad to hear it. Whatever's coming, we need to keep our options open. It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire. People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen. Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Okay. Check will.
Another triumph. Could any have doubted? The frontiers are no longer mine to tame alone, friend. They bend for us both. Hail and hail again.
In these, I think we've already gone through these, and they just reset. They don't disappear. Probably just a bug in it, so we'll let it go. Okay, so nothing else that we want to do in here. Withers is set up down here, it looks like. Yep. I always do like these camps that get generated in the various locations. They're real interesting. What you don't get is like the dog and Volo and things like that when you're in here, so you can't advance those. There's my traveler's chest. You can't advance those interactions when you're inside of places like this. Yep, and I did send some gold to the camp. Okay, so 6, 12, plus 9's 21. And 12 is 33. 35. Should be 40. Oh, forgot I picked up the lettuce. Oh, I do have some lettuce in my inventory here. Somewhere, right there. Okay, so we can see if he's reset his money or not. He has. So we can get rid of the rest of our items here. Okay.
That's all then.
And then we're going to get... I always have to do that one twice for some reason. Get her to cast her protection from good and evil, and then swap that back out. And we are going to get back into combat mode here, because we are going to go straight into combat again.
Gold accents aren't too tarnished yet.
Okay, yeah, so everything else should be okay. We're going to send this to camp.
Absolutely not. Or you'd be killing history itself.
This again.
Okay.
Yes. This
So
again.
These boots have seen everything.
what we're going to do, head up this way. You can loot this, but I'm not going to. No reason to talk to Mirthus up here. All of this is set to steel. Okay, and right here there's a ladder that heads down. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll move up here. Then I'm going to split the group. I'm going to move. Okay, good. That was an autosave. Okay, and I'm going to move Lae'zel down here. I'm going to leave these two up here for now.
I'll peel your balls like potatoes if you don't move.
And I forgot, I'm not going to get into combat here. So I'm going to swap some of these back out.
Near dies, heads roll. And that goes for novices too.
Remember, things could always get worse for you.
Silver pendant back on. Okay.
The slowest of you lost.
So now I can...
When you dig her out.
I'm gonna talk to the gnomes first.
Speak in soft whispers, the words all but lost in the hot air.
We'll never get through. We need that smoke powder.
Philommene's gone, and if she's smart, she won't be coming back.
Tell the sergeant where she went. Baltur's still trapped with that maniac near.
Forget the smoke powder. They kill Phil on the spot. I won't let you do it.
Okay, so a few different ways to go about doing this, but Thula is the one that sent us here to rescue the gnomes.
Glittering gods. She actually survived.
Praise Ironhand. Larida, our prayers are answered. Mom, our friends are trapped in the cave-in. And I know a way to get them out.
Bug, please. True Solnir will... You know what he'll do. Young Bug, don't!
I've got no choice, Larida. We have to chance it. A few days back, there was a scene. Our friend Philomene, she's a sapper, set off a blast and ran off. We set a spot for hiding if someone found trouble. I'll mark your map. If Philomene made it, you'll find her there. She'll have the stuff to blow that tunnel wide open and get Beldron and the rest out.
When Thula said to rescue her friends, I suppose she meant all of them. Waste of time, if you ask me.
Please, please don't hurt my Phil. I beg you.
Hurry! Our people won't last in that cave-in forever.
Okay. So now I can talk to Sergeant Thrin.
Faster! Heat up some rocks! Let's see how the little pricks do when we strap fire to their legs. Move, Hoon! I don't have time for Drugnan outsiders. Poorly, obviously. Tunnel collapsed on a true soul. Absolute's going to eat my liver. Now move! I've got no time for...
The parasite stirs, but it's a mere tickle. You hear no thoughts or memories, just an echo of scars that never healed.
A true soul, eh? Useless wreck of a lookout could have told me. Glad you're here to take responsibility. Tunnel's collapsed. Trapped true soul near. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. We don't get him out soon, it's both our heads. Place is older than bone dust. Previous tenants left a trap. Dropped a shit ton of metal once we dug a ways in. Get near out, and you'll have the Absolute's blessing. No doubting that. Entrance to an ancient temple. General's orders, Nier said. Must contain something important. He got me to recruit non-believers. But not everyone's seeing the Absolute's truth. They don't get paid soon. I'll have a riot on my hands. Not a one. Unless you count tacking aboleth fangs to my whipping cane. Thought you would. True souls don't abandon their own. The
Okay.
slowest of you lot is getting
And now
tossed
last
to
you
a
can see we can
rope
interact with the cave in here.
As you near the rubble, a fragmented voice clutches at your mind.
Soul. True soul. Finally. You must clear rubble. Billing poison. Expedition. Passage trapped. Gnomes useless. Don't trust Bergs. Get me out.
View through Nir's eyes is a blur. You only make out a bit of rubble and few moving.
Hey, looks like the game encountered a Vulcan error, so the game may shut down here. Yes, it did. So let me restart it real quick. And we'll see if we can get the stream back going here. Okay, so at least we had an autosave there when we came down, so we won't have to do very much again. First game error that we've seen in a while. That's good. So we can go through the same cutscenes again with the same choices, but we won't have to read any of it. We won't have to wait for any of it. just get us back to the same spot we were and pick back up, and we'll just kind of fast forward through all the conversations. Cool. I'm actually a little impressed that that's the first game quit error that we've seen in a few weeks. We had some YouTube errors and some internet errors, but we haven't had a problem with the game in several weeks. So good to see that. So am I carrying my, yeah, need to change out to items again. Just go through these real quickly.
Something's on my mind.
The gnomes speak in soft whispers, the words all but lost in the hot air.
Didn't take us very long to get back where...
We'll never get through. Philomene, forget the smoke powder. They kill Phil on this glittering.
Praise Mum.
Bug, please. Truce all near will... Young...
We said if Philomene made it, you'll find her.
Please,
hurry.
Okay, and we can talk to Sergeant Thrin.
First, heat up some. Move, Hoon. I don't have poorly of. Now move.
The parasites.
A truce. Glad you're. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. Place. Get near out, and you'll have the absolutes blessed. Entry. They don't get paid soon. I'll have not a one, unless you count. Thought you would.
Okay, so now we're right back where we were, so we'll interact with the cave-in again.
As you near the rubble.
Finally, you must get.
View through Nir's eyes is a blur. You only make out a bit of rubble and few moving figures. The blur resolves into an image. Two gnomes feverishly removing debris, while two others lie dead at Nir's feet, their flesh scorched by powerful magic. You sense Nir's frustration, tinged with rage, as the connection fades.
Okay, so that gets us all
And you better hope that's the worst.
caught back up and up to date here. We'll join everybody back up here and look at our quests real quick. And you'll see that we need to find explosives. And
You pricks got some nerve.
we were given some clues about Philomene ran off with some explosives. And getting past the rubble to the Adamantine Forge is where we need to go. And then we learned that the Grymforge leads to an ancient temple. And we also opened up some stuff about Asterion here, just fleshed that out last time, nothing serious. So now we need to go find the explosives. And if you look at our journal, you look at our map, it's out here. And that kind of heads over here into this area, over here. And to get over there, we're gonna kind of head back where we were.
Should mind my step.
At the very start when we came in. And we're gonna head into this area in here. Now there's two doors here. We have a way to walk in here. And we have these doors that we never went into. So we're gonna walk up over here and lockpick this door. Okay, it's a 14 DC. And I don't have my ring on. Good, we passed it. Okay. This is a special room here. Got an autosave. And Shadowheart's going to have some stuff to say in here. We've got silver, orc here. And we're going to start finding silver items in here. And they're all worth quite a bit of money. So you want to pick them all up when you find them.
Ugh. The scraps of a nightfall feast.
To break bread in Shah's name, then spill blood in her name. The sacred rite.
Okay, so we kind of learned what was going on here.
Let's have a look.
The Shar worshippers are obviously their own type of person. So, but here, it helps if you zoom in. And you can take all of these silver items. Whoops. I think I probably picked up an incorrect object there.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Basically, all we're doing here is picking up money, and it's all lightweight money. It's all lightweight gold. As you can see, these things don't weigh hardly anything, but yet they're worth quite a bit. The rest of the food that's on the table is all rotten, so there's no need to pick it up. And I shouldn't be picking this up with her. I completely neglected that. I should be using Gale to pick all this up, because he's the one that's going to be selling all this stuff.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
So the rest of this we'll do with Gale. So there's a skeleton we can search down here. We get a pitted key out of it. I'm actually going to send that to Garval, and then we have another table over here that has silver items on it. Okay, so they did find the button on the door. That's what the perception check was for. That's good. And I think that's every. Oh, there's a silver tray here. I think that's it. Like I say, everything else is rotten.
Indolence breeds madness.
Oops, I don't think the glass is worth it. Okay.
Repositioning. Still breathing, despite everything.
Right, so I'm gonna split the group here, and I'm going to get. I want up here to search the dinnerware. Whoops. Didn't want to pick up the cauldron. And then all of this goes to Gale. And this is why I should have had Gale. Search all these items so I didn't have to transfer them to Gale, but doesn't matter, just a slight inconvenience in time. He's going to be the one to sell all this because he can get the best prices out of them. That's the reason that we're transferring it to him. And I can get ready for attacks here. Okay. And there's nothing else up here. On top. Okay, so I group everybody back up. And we can head through this door. There's nothing else around the back here, so we're going to open up this button.
Moving in.
Leads us into this area here. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things about this area. The first is this chest here. Okay. And then if you come across the back area here,
Curious. That stone there's been pried loose.
there's a loose stone here. You can look at a hidden stash. And these are all just random items. You can get. Okay. Now, when you come up this way, you see we have these puddles of acid. Right? There's 2 of them here. There's another one up the stairs a ways. And I'm going to break the group.
Enough waiting. I crave
I'm going to bring everybody back here.
Onward.
I'm gonna try and get them as close to this edge as I can. And once I come up here, there's a perception check, and if you pass it, it lets you know that this is a prime spot for an ambush. So what I'm gonna actually do is send my Raven up here. So my Raven didn't trigger anything. Okay. So I'm going to walk up here. I do have Misty Step available to me. Okay, now I'm going to take some hits here. Because I was surprised. Okay, so now if I try and walk away, I think I'm going to take an attack of opportunity. Maybe not, though. I don't see the arrow indicating it. I think I want to use Misty Step to get out of here.
It's Alabi!
So I'm going to head down here. And get a shot off on one of these. Okay, good. And now I can get around the corner over here.
Light on my feet.
Get out of the range, out of the combat range here. Great. I didn't think they'd be able to see me from there, and they just barely can. Oh.
Muesca!
There's Mark here. Okay, couldn't reach him. Path was interrupted. So now I'm gonna move myself right back up against the wall. Hopefully that'll work.
Protect me.
Get out of the way of some of this splash damage.
Let's do this.
Okay, that's good. Gonna cast healing.
Take
Here.
your.
Okay, now for Gale. So what we can do is use this magic missile here. So 1 should kill it, and 2 on this one. Okay, now I can move him back into a safer spot. Great. 46 points of damage. That's crazy. No, seriously, that's nuts. Might as well. Okay. Now, hopefully the last one's gonna have to move. Yeah, he's gonna have to move to get in range now. Okay. Now I can move over here and get her up. And then move back.
Got to concentrate.
And move Shadowheart into a spot here.
Take you.
Okay. End her turn. I'm going to leave Gale where he's at.
Victory awaits.
Gonna leave Lae'zel where she's at. No, I'm not. I'm actually gonna move Lae'zel over here. Now he's gonna have to continue to dash, come down the stairs. Okay. So now I can move myself out. Reapply Hunter's Mark here. Let's see if I can get Shadowheart to get some damage. Okay, good. I'll move Shadowheart as far back as I can. Now I'm going to have the attack done here. Okay, good. Caused a lot of damage.
Need to stay focused.
Shadowheart's also done. Gale probably gets the kill.
Let's move.
Group everybody up. Give me a short rest. Okay, so Shadowheart's gonna need some
faith
back.
will guide me.
That's close enough for now.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Okay, so you can search the ochre jellies. Not really worth
Breathe deep.
carrying. Yeah, so you can see things have taken a fairly dramatic step up in difficulty as far as these attacks go. They're not just easy anymore. You have to put some thought into how you work these, because there's a lot of damage that's being dealt here. So
Tools and a thick rope. Someone climbed up from down below.
okay, so you can kind of tell we're on the path. We're on Philomena's trail here. Or Philomene's trail, I guess. So we're going to jump over here. And there's a plaque on the outside here.
Let feast the eyes of the faithful. Know your goddess. Know her command.
Right, you can walk out here to the edge and you can kind of see everything everywhere you've been. But there's nowhere else to get to from here. However, can jump up here, come around this way, and there is Chasm Creeper right here. Now you can walk in through this way and bypass the locked door. So if you don't have anybody who can pick locks, then you can avoid this door, but we don't need to do that.
Don't give me trouble now.
Not a big DC on the lock, so. Alright, and now I can change back to my persuasion items. Okay, so once we're in here, you can do a little looking around.
What's hiding here?
And this is that place you could get through, you could walk through. So, rotten food you don't need. And there's nothing in here to look at. Got a couple of sacks here. And you can see standing up here is Philomene. So it's a non-hostile encounter right now. But you will get up to a certain point where a cutscene will play.
Looks empty.
Okay. Bedroll, there's a backpack here. Got a map in it. Just a detailed map of the Grymforge, nothing. But it does help. There is another find explosives option. Not sure if it shows. Yes, it does. Smoke powder reserve. So it does highlight this additional thing on your map to show where there's some more smoke powder, because remember we're going to need 2. The Rothe died, so they weren't able to open up this rubble for us over here. But we also have the rubble down here with the cave-in that we need to clear. So we need to know, we need 2 different explosive sets to be able to open this whole thing up here. So that map just gets us I'm going to save before we do this. It might actually auto-save when I get up here. And the cutscene will trigger.
Hold it! I swear to Iron Hand. One more step, and a blow us to chunks!
An ashen scent fills the air. The barrel is filled with smoke powder, but the scent is acrid, as if contaminated somehow. Or much, much more concentrated.
And some missing dialogue, it looks like.
Shut your mouth, Hoon, or I'll shut you down. Drug, dropping my name like your cultist arse knows me, like we're friends. I know what you are, one of Nia's cult goons. Sailed right in. Better to die in this shit heap than rot in Moonrise. You want me? Come get me.
Okay, so now you have some persuasion options here. And can detect thoughts. DC of 12. Lots of additions, though.
Gerdal Iron Hand, I have lived for you, and now I'll die for you. What the drug? You know nothing of me, damn it! Shit. I can't do it. Go on, drag me to Moonrise. I'll make you cult nutters suffer. You want to waste rune powder on? Look, you have no idea what you're dealing with. Any true Iron Hand would trade their life for a grain of this stuff. It's the whole damn reason we're here, and I'm not leaving without it. But let me go. Maybe I'll spare you a vial.
Okay, so we can try this history check as well. The DC of 20. So the chances of us making it are fairly slim. And even slimmer. But you don't have to pass this. I'm not going to roll again.
Vague notions of rumor and myth. Nothing solid comes to mind.
A barrel of this could light up the Underdark. A vial is plenty. Just let me go my way. Listen, you see Larida at the dig? Tell her I'm dead, impaled, half-eaten. I don't care. Make up a story.
I'm not sure I blame her, though Larida might.
Beloved? I might have been hers. She sure as hell wasn't mine. I'm getting gone. You ought to do the same.
Okay. So she's going to head out and we can search the rest of this area up here. Okay, this just tells you a little bit about the Dark Justiciars building this place down here in the Grymforge. Okay, some camp supplies. Search the skeleton here for some gold. And there is another book. Okay, this talks about what we learned earlier about the Hell Knights and the beast breaking through the wall and that sort of stuff. Always hard to pick up. There's one little corner of it that allows you to pick it up, and that's it. Okay, and then here on the altar we have some tablets that you can read. Okay, this is the center of a large piece. This is the top of the large piece. Start at the top. Basically gives you the story of temple down here. Then this is the middle piece. And the top piece. And you can pause these and look through them, but it's really just some history on what happened here. You come around this corner. There's another skeleton to search. And that's it. Okay, so we can head back out. Come back down here and jump back across. And we can go down and okay. And this is where we were when we started. And you can come here into this room here and do some searching in here.
That might be worth a look.
Don't know what the perception check found.
Assume nothing.
Okay. For some reason she passed it and the button didn't appear. I don't know why.
Need to find a way forward.
Okay, and you can see that we have some smoke powder satchels over here. I don't know if you can just walk over. You can. Okay. So I can pick these up. And that's right where our smoke powder reserve icon was marked. So this is that secret door that lets us find this area and pick up the additional charges that we need. There's 2 charges in here. So even if you didn't find Philomene to get the vial from her, you could still complete all of this because you have 2 charges now. Must have missed this. Okay, so now we can head back and this way. We can head back up and go to the cave-in. And before we do that, let's see what our spells look like. So Gale's still fine. Shadow Heart's a little short, but I think we're going to be okay here.
Then through.
So we'll head back up this way.
You better hope your little tricks didn't harm the true soul!
So here I'm going to split the group and I'm going to send Gale
Back on your feet or I'll bite your toes off
here
one by
and
one.
Shadowheart up here as well.
I'll peel your balls like potatoes if you don't move. And you better hope that's the worst of it.
And I'm going to actually move Gale
With ease.
kind of down here a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to move him back here. I'm going to have Shadowheart behind Drar. And then Lysel, I can kind of
Quickly then.
And now with Jorvalen, I can use the rune powder vial and throw it toward the cave-in.
One
Okay.
spark and it'll blow.
They recognize it. That's a bad thing. Okay, and they've all kind of moved back, and I'm going to save before we go on. Okay, and I can move back a little on. I can use an arrow of fire to detonate.
Baldur, can you hear me? Baldur! True soul, please, let me explain.
Very well.
Baldur.
Finally. Worthless slaves. Your incompetence has been my ruin. Nier does not fail.
Okay, there's nothing you can do to stop that one. So...
You care for the weak, true soul. Most curious.
Okay, now here you can kind of let this go a bunch of different ways, but it's all going to end up toward the I'm going to kill you option is basically where we want this to go. So you can take it however you want, but yes, this is kind of one that we definitely know Myconid Sovereign wants him dead, and we're going to indulge the Sovereign about that.
You heed an overgrown toadstool, yet defy a true soul. Thrin, carve out her heart and serve it to the Rothe. If she indeed is a true soul, let the Absolute save her.
Okay, and here you go. This is what triggers Brithvar to enter the fight.
Damn right it's time. You owe my crew a 10 days worth of coin near, and the reckoning's come.
You bargained with this wretch. How vexing. Nier is not without mercy, true soul. The rat has given you a chance to earn my favor. Strike him down. Prove your faith.
So you have one last opportunity here to pick which side you're going to do, and we're going to side with Brithvar.
Heretics. Let Nier be your end.
And we'll see what happens here with initiative. Okay, so Gale got the first initiative, and then Shadowheart's going to have initiative after that. So I think what we're going to probably do here, because yeah, Jorvalen's going to get, Sergeant Thrin's going to get an opportunity to attack. But I think we can take out Drar here. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's get
Let's light them up.
Gale in a spot where he can cast a magic missile, and we'll put 2 here and 2 here. Okay. Now Sergeant Thrin's gonna get their attack. Dashing. Okay. Now what I want to do here is try a shoving attack first. 50-50 shot. Okay. Now I'm going to move up to the edge here and take a shot. Perfect. Okay. Now I can move back a little bit just to try and keep her out of range, so to speak. And Gale, does he have any? Already ended Gale's turn, it looks like. So now we'll get an ally's attack. Ooh. That hurt. So that was Sergeant Thrin that just went off the edge. Okay. And now I have a shot. And I'm definitely going to... Where's Nier at? He's up here. So I am definitely going to remove Mind Master Thrall from the equation here. Or Mind Master Donal. Okay, and now I should be able to get high ground. Yes, I can.
At the ready.
Okay, and that's exactly what I want to do. Alright, so now we got a bunch of enemies fighting against a bunch of friendlies and Lae'zel. So we'll see how things go down here. Okay, dash is good. Just a whole lot of people getting thrown into the lava, which is great. Okay, so we do want to begin focusing on Nier. We have here, this Mind Master is going to get an attack. Where's Dalthar at? Dalthar's over here. So yeah, I think we probably will get this attack on the Mind Master here. But what we are going to do, well, that's a bonus action for click heals. And it is enough to get me there. Actually, I think I am going to do that. So let's click heals. Get into position here. We'll do an attack here. 75% chance to hit. Knocks him out. And now we'll get all the way down here. We can action surge. And get a menacing attack here. Great. Okay, so when invisible. So now I can entirely focus on here from my position up here. And no reason to hold back.
Tormentor.
Okay, that took half of his hit points off, so now I can move him back out of range.
Got to focus.
65% chance to hit. 70%. Okay, and then I can move her back. Now I can move up to the edge, reapply Hunter's Mark, and this should be the kill. Okay. I can move her back. Everybody else should be trying to find the invisible Dalthar, who's somewhere back here. And I think what I'm going to do is just click heals and get out of here.
Flacketh, guide me.
Okay, there he is. Oof. Don't think I'll be able to attack from up here. I think it's too far. I can still get this shot in. Can I get a magic missile in? I can. That's probably killed. Yes.
Shindilrin's shithouse. You see it? Cockstench had a wriggler in his skull. All the more reason to clear out. Here's your cut. I always keep my word. Clan! Grab your gear, wipe your asses. Please. Time I scrammed before more pricks from Moonrise Towers move in.
Can't be. Mina and Wiki. Did they?
Clan property. They come with us.
It was over in the flesh.
Okay, so you have an option here to try and set them free, and this is being done with Lae'zel. I forgot because she's the only one down there on the ground. So it's a 10 DC. I've got a +2 but a -1, so we'll see if we get a good roll here. And I did. Good deal.
Won't hear me argue. Your mouth's got the might to back it.
Wait.
Gnome pricks! You're off the hook! Scram before I get my senses!
It's nothing, I swear.
Your brain going mushy, Shark.
Husband.
That's where those absolute freaks hole up. Goblins, drow, gnolls, even humans. Ain't no one they won't try to turn. The way I hear tell, some prick there calls the shots. The General near called him. And there ain't no way I'm sticking around long enough to meet him.
No.
Please, we catch your scent. You'll get sliced before you can bat your left eye. Now lug your ass someplace else. I got to get cracking.
Are you alright?
Hey.
Lunkbuck. Better now that I'm direct. God.
We'll move everybody back down here real quick.
When
And group everybody back up.
Shh. Put it out of your mind.
Okay, we can do some searching. Got a few dead bodies to look through, and near, actually,
The decaying corpse lies before
forgot about this. Want to do this with somebody who's got a lot of strength, but it's only a 10 DC. Gonna have to get a good roll here. Good. So I would do that with Lae'zel, because she's got the +4 to strength.
The head breaks off cleanly from the drow's body.
Okay. When you said the Sovereign wanted Nir's head, you took it literally.
Suffer?
Okay, so a dagger +1, don't need. Sword of Screams, though, gonna keep.
Could have been you. It's not right to
Alright, we also have some good boots here that we'll look at.
I'm so sorry.
And we've got a broken moon lantern, which we'll go through.
Object catches your eye. A lantern, it seems. Though no light flickers within.
Okay, again, more broken dialogue. And we can do an investigation. Wow. Nice. I'm not going to use an inspiration on it.
Nothing about the lantern strikes you as unusual.
Basically, what it's going to tell you is that it runs off of magic, not fuel.
You're covered in dust.
Wow.
Nothing, I swear.
And that one tells you that the dust inside is pixie dust.
I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Wow, nice rolls there. And now we're gonna do the rest of our looting out here. So there's nothing really special amongst all of this. Bunch of bodies went down here, and I don't think I can search them. Maybe I can. Oh, I can. Okay, good. So okay, there was one body there. There was also a couple more. Okay. Doesn't look like the others. Oh, maybe they are. Yes, here they are.
Not right. I'm so sorry.
And I think there was one more. Wasn't there?
It's not right. Not right. I'm so sorry. I'm your husband. It's my job.
Yes.
I wouldn't have it any other way. It's not right. Not right. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Now you can.
Are you all right? Lunkbuck. Better now that I'm.
Okay, so we can talk to.
One near.
I got big plan.
Okay, so he's not going to end up leaving.
Put it out of your mind.
We can talk to Baldur here, who was the one that was trapped inside.
Beldron! I was so worried. Did Near hurt you?
No, I'm all right. Did the sergeant hurt you?
Oh, who cares? We're together now, thank Iron Hand.
We ought to thank someone a little closer by, I think. I'm grateful, don't mistake me, but why help us? You're one of them, aren't you?
I'm so sorry.
Glittering gods! I should have known that one was too damn stubborn to die. Here. The Iron Hand gnomes honor their debts.
It's not right.
With Walburn gone,
Not right.
that falls to me.
Sorry.
Make it quick. We need to find Walburn. Now!
You're a little late, Barkus, my lad. He's already been sent to Moonrise Towers. We were just slave hands to the cult, but not Walburn. He knows things. Things they want to know, too.
What has he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Okay, so we can try one of these persuasions. The 10 DC.
So sorry.
Maybe I can get a good roll.
You'll call me mad, but fine. Walbrun's found the formula for rune powder.
What?
Aye. The explosive of Gaerdel Ironhand's own creation. Fistfuls, wiping out armies. All those old stories. Only Walbrun couldn't leave the stories be, so he went and bloody found it. A small supply, tucked away down here with a manuscript. Not right. He just made sense of the formula when the cult jumped us, so he burned the damn thing. If there's a single copy left, it's sitting in his head. Those absolutists pull it out and make rune powder, they could flatten the whole of the Sword Coast.
Please. No. Murder.
You really would, wouldn't you? But not us. My people can barely stand, and we have business back in the city. That business is what sent us after the powder to begin with. Now, we'll have to make other arrangements.
And just like that, you'd leave Walbrun behind. I knew you lot were foolish, but I didn't know you were cruel.
If you knew half as much as you think, my lad, Walbrun might have kept you around.
No. No.
He'd admire your resolve and your optimism. My people will find somewhere to regroup across the lake, then onto the city. If you find yourself in Baldur's Gate, seek us out. We'll raise a glass to Walbrun together.
Okay. So now we can look at our journal here and clear out some quests. So we found the explosives and we did free True Solnir. We rescued the gnomes. We rescued the gnomes down here. This is the gnomes in Moonrise Tower. That was the new quest that just popped up. We're going to deliver Nir's head. We just need to get it back to Sovereign Spa. And we saved the Grymforge gnomes. That just happened. So that brings us up to date on all of our quests. And now they're still down here looking, watching us. So going to go over here and see and jump across here, see if I can hide or not. I don't think I'm going to be able to because I think I'm in view. Yep. So not going to be able to be hidden continuously. Somebody's always looking at me, so it's going to constantly keep asking for a saving throw. Oh. I don't think I can get around anywhere back here. Doesn't look like it. I might be able to... Misty Step. Not anymore. Okay. So yeah, I can't reach up here. Yeah, this is the Adamantine Forge area up here. I'm not going to be able to, and there's one of the molds goes along with it. So that's the waypoint for the Adamantine Forge area. So not going to be able to get anywhere here, and I could search that, but I'd get accused of stealing. I think if Elder Brithvar dies during the combat, then all the rest of these will actually take off and leave. And you'll have the opportunity to search more things because of it. Okay, whoops. And now what's back in here?
like it was over in a flash.
This is the cave-in that we opened up, right? You can look in here and there's poison cloud everywhere. There's a body right here in the middle. And there's a locked door at the end. I'll save you some trouble of getting through here and everything and unlocking this door. Once you unlock it, there's a broken bridge. Oh, here it is. There's a broken bridge that just stops right there. You can Misty Step out here to this platform, but you cannot Misty Step back. And once you get out here, you can't go any farther. There's nowhere else to go. So it's a dead end. And you have to, it tells you that once the journal updates, it tells you that you have to find a new way. So there's no point in going out there and getting yourself all beat up and hurt over it. Okay, and then here. Yeah. These levers are all, again, part of the adamantine forge. I know what these levers are. So, no way to get up there. So if you look at your map, we have all of this area still not opened up. We have some other areas over here. We'll kind of head back.
Moving ahead.
And again, we've been down here and around this way, but once you get, and we can head up here, camera again. This just takes you down into this area here, and you can get around here, but getting up here, you can with a Misty Step, I think, but nobody else can. So what you instead want to do is continue on this way. This is where we were previously.
The skeletons.
And see, there are multiple ways to get up there from here, so. Okay. So you can also come up the steps this way. Okay, and we have a bunch of chests and other searchable stuff around this way, so we'll just systematically go through these real quick. Don't think there's much of anything in these, but you know me, I'm going to search all of these things. We'll lockpick this. I don't have my ring on again. While I'm doing that, I might as well put that ring back on, and we'll look at some of these other things. So, the Disintegrating Nightwalkers, basically a set of Misty Step boots. The Water Sparkers electrifies water when you stand in it, and if you stand in electrified water at the start of your turn, you gain 3 lightning charges. But the Disintegrating boots are just so much better. They give me Misty Step, so I no longer have to use the Amulet of Misty Step. I can keep one of my other amulets, either the Detect Thoughts or the Silver Pendant. I can keep those active all the time. So that's what I'm going to do, is swap those out. We also picked up Nir's Head. We've got the 2 smoke powder charges. We're going to send some of this stuff off. Okay, well that'll stay there for now then. This Amulet of Misty Step, probably going to send that to Gale. Yeah, he's got the Sapphire Spark right now. Well, let's make sure. Resistances. I can probably, I guess, send that to her. This might get her in a position. That's probably a good idea. Give it to her. This will allow her to get into position to rescue downed party members better. You can Misty Step around the map and just give up her resistance to slashing damage, so that's not a big deal. So now we'll look at this chest. Okay, so everybody except for Shadowheart, light crossbow +1, nobody needs.
Not a Deurgar design. This crossbow is meant for a warrior of Shah.
Okay, so the crossbow, when you look at it, is a Sharan crossbow. 6 to 13 damage. That's the same as the light crossbow +1, so might as well let her use a Shar crossbow. Got the same proficiency, unlocks, and everything else, so just another bit of role-playing there, I guess. Rotten.
What's in here?
Okay, so we can't pick up anything else weapon-wise. Rotten. Can't pick that up. Now, I don't know if attacking the armor stands. No. I didn't know if they would drop anything, but they do not. Okay, and then holding Alt. There's a book here we can read. Backpack with gold. Some water, not a big deal. Okay. And I pick up, oh yeah, some books. Can't send them to Gale, I can send them to Shadowheart though. Oh, the Sword of Screams. Forgot about that. The short sword of First Blood is 1d8 piercing damage to all targets that have all their hit points, but once they've got all their hit points, it doesn't do that. It just does 1d6 +4. So this does 1d8 +4, so it's just a better overall, but what you lose is the Club of Hill Giant strength. So my strength then dropped because of it. So it's kind of a trade-off on how you, because you can't, with a rapier, it's not a light weapon, so you can't dual wield with it. So it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other, but like I say, it does drop my strength back to 12, so instead of having +2 to ability checks, I only have +1. So kinda however you want to do it, you're going to give up 1d6 versus 1d8 on every attack after the first one that hits. So I think I'm probably just going to stick with the Sword of Screams instead, but we'll see. I may keep this around or swap this out. I haven't really decided yet. We'll kind of see. She must be encumbered. Hey, everybody is the that's why. I'm gonna have to carry it for now because her strength is the only thing that's keeping me from being unencumbered. So this is where the mimics were. We were down here previously. So now we can get up here, and I'm gonna break the group again. I can climb down. Pick up the Chasm Creeper. Okay, in here, get to a point where we can jump across.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
And did realize there was a trap on it, so do I have my ring on? I do. We'll try and disarm it. Got a DC of 15. Can add in my guidance. That was bad. Okay. So I am going to use an inspiration to re-roll this. Oh, wow. Well, I don't have any choice now except to use another inspiration to re-roll it. Oh, thank you. And then a natural 20. Oh, wow. Okay. That was not ideal. I could have used that +4 from guidance earlier. That would have actually passed that roll. And this gives me the real Sparky Sparks wall. And I'm going to send this to Shadowheart. And then look at her. Basically, what's happening, she's got an armor class of 19 right now. She's wearing scale mail +1, and she's got this glowing shield that she's using. That's +2 to armor class. And it's got loving protection. So if you below 50% hit points to take damage, you gain 8 temporary hit points, which is great. The real Sparky Sparks wall has lightning aura, which consumes 4 lightning charges to create a lightning aura that blasts jolts nearby enemies and possibly deals 1d6 lightning damage. So if you have the shield on and you have 4 lightning charges, then you can release this big blast of electricity in a 6-meter radius around you. That lasts for 3 turns, so wherever you move, it moves with you. So it's a great thing, but she does not have the capability to get lightning charges. What it does, though, it is also as a +3 armor class. So even if she doesn't have the ability to use lightning charges, her armor class goes to 20 automatically. And she's also carrying the Dark Justiciar Mail, which right now is 15 for Scale Mail +1 and 13 for the Dark Justiciar Mail. So if I put that on, her armor class goes to 18, but now she's kind of wearing her Dark Justiciar Mail, which she loves. She's got her Sharing Crossbow, which she loves. So this is kind of a role-playing thing. If you want to sacrifice one armor class point and get rid of the glowing shield, she can wear all of her Sharon stuff. If you don't care about role-playing, then your best option is to leave the scale mail +1 on, and now she's got a 20 armor class. She has more than anybody else in the entire party does. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of one of those things what you can decide. I think what I'm probably going to do is just let her wear her Dark Justiciar Mail. It's an armor class of 18. She still has the highest armor class of anybody in the group. So it's just one of those role-playing, I guess. And I'll temporarily see if I can put the shield over here. I can. I'll temporarily put that over there to carry it around. That gets me cleared through all of this.
How much farther can I go?
I can come here. I can jump back over. Meet up with the party again and group everybody back up. Okay. Now, we are pretty full in our inventory. So, I think what we're going to do in the last little bit here is, actually, we can try here, see if he has any money left. I don't know if he does.
The true soul, the battle, too many distractions. Well, let's see what you've got.
Okay, so his money did reset. So and the light crossbow +1 I don't need anymore. And the scale mail +1 I technically don't need either. But I'm gonna hold on to that. Now I'm gonna have Gale get rid of as much of this silver stuff as he possibly can. Okay, so that about runs him out. Okay. So that runs him out of gold.
That's all then.
So we can continue on. We're going to head back to the Myconid colony. Now we're going to go up and see the Sovereign real quick.
I should get a mask.
Save. We can talk to Thula.
I'm coming along, just not fast enough. Any word on my people? I'm almost sorry to hear it. I hope to have the pleasure myself. There's plenty more guarding my people, but I'd say you've made a fine start. Don't know. Longer than I'd like, but a slow recovery's still a recovery. Like I said, save my kin. And if you kill any Deurgar, you won't see any tears from me.
Okay. So still need to rescue the gnomes at Moonrise Towers, but now we'll talk to Sovereign Spa and give her the head.
Peace, Deurgar. Be at home. The Drow sought to shatter our circle. Now his flesh may feed its growth. In dealing death, you have brought this circle life, and thus we name you Life Chanter. As our circle grows, so shall your song. Wherever you go, only listen, and you may hear it.
Okay. So we now have the Envoy's amulet. So we'll pick that up. And we can look at it here real quick. And we'll inspect it. You can see that Voice of the Circle. So for 10 turns, you can grant an ally a +2 bonus on persuasion checks. So basically one of those things that if you're getting into a conversation type thing again, you can equip this to get a +2 bonus on all those checks. And it lasts for 10 turns, and it recharges once every long rest. So it's an interesting amulet to have. Wouldn't say it's, game breaking or anything like that, but it is certainly a good thing to have. So last thing we're gonna do, head down here to Dareth. Finish clearing out the last of our inventory.
No point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
Finish it out here. Some of that stuff I could have given to Gale to sell, but Outer Dagger +1 I don't need. Poisons. I think that's it. Nope. Crossbow here we can get rid of. Okay.
This'll do wonders for the
So now we'll look at our inventories here and see if there's the Envoy's Amulet. Probably aren't going to use that very much. We're now going to probably get rid of Spider Step Boots, because yeah, these really are a way to get lightning charges to people who don't have them. So I could put them on, I guess, Shadowheart.
Have I got everything then?
And now she has a way to use her lightning aura. And I can use the Spider Step Boots on Gale because he doesn't really need the Spring Step Boots. Those can go to camp. The Light of Creation is going to stay. The Exterminator's Axe and the Susser Greatsword are all backup weapons for her to use. Sparks Wall. Go here. That's probably... That way she can keep that in reserve. This Scale Mail +1 is going to go to camp. Okay, so now if she electrifies water, she's not going to take any lightning damage from it. She'll start building them up and can release them with this aura. Okay. Then the Glowing Shield, I can send to camp. The Rapier, or the Sword of Screams, I can now... Mistress Grace I want to keep. So if I put this on, I'm almost fully... so Sparkle Hands... She have Hell Riders. When you heal another one, yeah. So that's good. I still want to keep that on. I don't need the momentum thing. It would be nice if she has Wisdom proficiency. Okay. So I think that's it for now. Okay, so that means these two go to camp. The keys go to camp. Actually, I think I might need one. I might need one of those. Continuing on, but we'll see what happens. The Sparkle Hands are going to camp. Okay, and we'll be getting rid of some of these. Going to go to Lexel. Okay. I think it gets me down to where we want to be. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just walk back up here. Take the circle real quick and head back in. We're like 5 minutes long on the stream, but I don't think you guys are going to mind. And we will head back to the Grymforge. Okay. So then, coming up next week, what we're going to do is head through the rubble here. And this is going to take us on a very long, convoluted upper path all the way around here and get us back down into this area where the Adamantine Forge is. But to get there, you have to go through here. And like I say, it is a very long path. So that's where we're going to pick up. So I will save it right here at this point. And we are probably before we head off. Going to, take a long rest, get our spells back, and that sort of stuff. But we'll pick up that with next week. So without anything else, I think, going on, I'll say once again, thanks to those of you that showed up during the stream. Certainly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comment section, and I read all the comments, so I'll respond as quickly as I can. And with that, I will see you guys next week. Take care.